Always dropping off flyers and brochures for Jiu-Jitsu Insurance. One of the many things that we offer at Jiu-Jitsu Insurance is individual insurance for personal injuries. $30 a month. Covers grapplers 24 hours a day with or without health insurance. Covers them on or off the mats, any type of injuries that are new. Get treated anywhere you want. Submit a claim, then the insurance company sends you the check directly in the mail. You can't beat that. That's why it's important that we drop off these flyers at the local gyms throughout the areas. Today, we're in the Fort Myers area. Yesterday, we were at Good Boy Family Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now we're gonna go see if we can find some Jiu-Jitsu over here in Cape Coral. Guys, I finally found Jiu-Jitsu Cape Coral. This is a great place. One of my clients for kids and family Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Everybody can train here. Let's come check it out. Awesome. Let's go take a look.
If I go the other way, I'm down. All right, guys, check it out. So, for my new guys this is the first time they're here, this is the close guard, okay? I'm wrapping my legs around the waist here. And in Jiu-Jitsu, we use this move as a neutral position to try to advance to get to a dominant position or attack from the bottom. In MMA, we use this here to defend ourselves from being attacked by someone that's trying to punch us, like controlling the wrist, and in here, pulling them in, and trying to just hold them so they can't have the leverage to punch you with enough force to do any damage, okay? But for the sport of Jiu-Jitsu, we use it for other things. So today, we're gonna work on the scissor sweep. We've kind of been going over this all week, but we're just gonna review it some more. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get a grip on the sleeve, okay? And a cross collar grip, okay? Now, a lot of people like to just put their foot down here and shrimp out. But I don't like doing that because it makes it really easy for me to just stuff my leg down and step over and start to work the pass. So, what I like to do is I like to just kind of like kick and shift my weight over to one hip. Here like this, step over and around, trap the arm against the body here. So I'm pushing my legs against his arm here and pulling with the collar here at the same time to create tension, okay? If I'm loose, he pulls his arm right out and he's out. Now I can still hit the sweep from this position here. But I like to have the arm in place just because it's one less thing he has to defend with, right? Because now all I gotta do is worry about the one posting arm. So we're here. I'm on my elbow, pulling the sleeve, pulling the collar, pushing out with my leg. I'm gonna go ahead and drop my other leg down so it's here. I'm going to pull, load him up slightly onto my leg, and when I get his head over his hips, I'm gonna sweep the bottom leg out and kick out with the top leg, okay, like a scissor. Just like this, we're here, and we're here. Get on top, okay? Now, for those of you guys that know a little bit of Jiu-Jitsu already, we already have the perfect position here to go ahead and just slide the hand in deep, right, on the collar, come around, grab the material. You're gonna pull your elbows towards your hips, you're gonna turn the key, and drop your chest to the ground. And he taps. One more time. We get the sleeve. Cross collar grip. I want to kick. I'm going to kick and get onto my hip here, like this. Now, this leg here is going to come out and over. The top of my foot and my shin is trapping his arm to his body. I'm pulling on the collar here, and pushing out with my leg, creating some tension here. The sleeve grip, I want to pull it and get onto my elbow. Here. Now, I'm going to drop my leg down. I'm going to pull him, head over the hips, and sweep. Look, I'm already here. I'm going to just pull the collar here. Okay, come around, grab, elbows in, turn the key, drop the chest, and we finish. A lot of times when we use techniques you're never gonna get the first move you're trying to go for to work. You gotta use it sometimes to bait them to do something so you can adapt and change to a different technique. Or it doesn't work and you gotta adapt the same move to make it work. Let's say, for example, I wanna go ahead and do the Scissor sweep again. And he's got a really strong base here, right? Come out, come over, I'm on my hip. And I want to go and sweep, but I can't. He's too strong here. Like, he's got a good base. You know, he wrestled in high school. Already take him over. So you're gonna bring your leg inside, and you're gonna push the leg out, and still hit the same sweep. You push it, sweep it, and up on top. Get your sleeve grip, collar grip. You're gonna shift hips over, get the leg out over the top, trap, pull the sleeve. Now we're here. I can't get it. I try to pull him, I can't get it. So my leg goes up here. I'm gonna push the knee out all the way and still sweep this leg across. So I push it, sweep, and I'm on top. Just like that, same move, only we just changed a little bit. Instead of sweeping out the leg with the bottom leg, we're pushing the leg out and sweeping with the top leg, okay?
So I guess you just take similar to same concept here. Here breaking them down, you come through like this, looking for the scissor sweep, but then this also is a great setup right here. As you pull, this leg comes around and we can trap the triangle. And then from the triangle, we want to keep that closed, pass this across, grab my own shin here, start to shrimp out here, shrimp here. But I want to get all the way across. I really want to hook right here under his leg. I don't let go of this. So it's the same setup. Then your coach shows here, you're in the full guard, maybe trying to attack sleeves, come up here. He might even be posturing back here. Chop this down, pull down, and then trap the, so you're here, straighten, close, pass this across, grab, shrimp, grab. I want to get his leg, but I can grab here first till I can get underneath, or I just grab the arm. Okay.
I was born in Valhalla, New York, Westchester County. Grew up in Ossining. Then I moved to South America for 3 years. Then I moved to Florida in 2009. Started jiu-jitsu in 2012. Got my black belt in 2024 in November. Right now we're at LCCT in Cape Coral. We've been open for about a year now. We got classes Monday through Friday, building a community family, like I would say fraternity, but we're inclusive to the females too. I think that with today's age of social media and the digitalization of the world, people are no longer community anymore. They're no longer going to the town square. People aren't going to churches often. I feel like having a place where people can come and improve on themselves mentally, physically, working together to push themselves to new levels. It's really good for the soul. I think that it helps in more than ways than one. Keeps kids off the street, helps people's mental health. There's a huge loneliness crisis happening. I think jiu-jitsu brings everyone together, and I think that being part of a team gives you purpose, gives you drive. So we're located in Cape Coral, specifically 2717 Santa Barbara Boulevard. It's like Southwest Cape. There's a Wawa and Aldi on the same street. We're in a plaza next door. There's a Five Guys. There's a bunch of stores in the area. We're pretty central, right off of Veterans, which is like the main road that cuts through Cape Coral and Fort Myers.
Somebody's looking to start a class, what do you suggest they do?
I would say that they should look up the instructors, look at the environment that they're creating. Some schools are more competition focused. They might not be necessarily looking for the hobbyist. There are other places that are specifically looking for hobbyists. We're like a hybrid school. We do compete, but we don't necessarily focus on competition. Really, this is just a place for self-improvement in every aspect of your life. And it's really just, look and see how the teammates on the mat treat you. If they're saying hello to you when you walk in the door, if they're taking the time to help you with the techniques while the coach is coaching, because sometimes, if there's 30 guys on the mat, they might not necessarily have the time or the bandwidth to be with you one-on-one. But you look at the higher level belts, if they're willing to come and help you out, that's the kind of place you're trying to be at, really. And if you're trying to bring in your kids to train, I would say do a background check on the instructors, you know. It's super important that they have a clean background check. I know that everyone deserves a second chance, but it's not a risk that I'm willing to take for my own children. My wife was law enforcement prior to becoming a jiu-jitsu instructor. I'm a nurse. We have to have clean background checks, and that helps at least prevent any kind of negative outcomes in the gym. You can't prevent everything, but you got to do your homework, make sure that you're doing your due diligence to prevent any kind of mishaps from happening.
Beautiful. And on that note, you work with jiu-jitsuinsurance.com. How's that been?
Fantastic, man. I mean, I have to say that the owner is pretty easy to work with, very personable, takes the time to speak to you, answer any questions you might have, come to your gym and enroll with you, which is huge. Our previous insurance company, they didn't train with us. You know, they didn't come down and visit the gym. They didn't really understand jiu-jitsu. They were just selling insurance. So I think it's cool to have somebody that understands the industry that you're in, the demographic of people you're trying to help, and it's at an affordable price. You know, it's easy to pay. It's got good benefits. There's also supplemental insurance that, you know, the individual students can take on. They just add another layer of protection, which we're probably gonna start pushing here soon, just to kind of just make sure everyone's protected. We also have a judo club that practices out of here. Any one of our members can sign up for USA Judo, and their membership to USA Judo gives them an insurance policy, but it never hurts to have more insurance than you need versus having no insurance or less insurance than you need and then having to come out of pocket, which can be catastrophic to some people.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us out.
Thank you for coming out, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Thank you.